In Chapter 6 of Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, the Dashwoods are too upset to enjoy the journey to their new home. Yet Barton Valley's gorgeous scenery helps to overcome their sorrow, and the comfortable and compact cottage, though small compared to Norland, is tidy and in good repair. Mrs. Dashwood immediately begins planning improvements to make in the spring, although the narrator tells us it's unlikely she'll be able to afford them. The next morning, the extroverted Sir John Middleton visits to offer them produce and game from his estate, and he's genuinely pleased to have the Dashwoods near and to have the chance to supplement their stores. He doesn't actually work, especially when it comes to manual labor, as that's not the province of his class. An invisible crew of managers, housekeepers, and servants keeps the estate at Barton Park running. Income from the farmland and rents funds the balls, the dinners, the parties, the picnics, the grand house and its grounds. The Dashwoods meet Lady Middleton and her oldest son the next day. She's an elegant but somewhat cool woman, a contrast to her friendly husband, but not unkind. In Chapter 7 of Sense and Sensibility, the Middletons' large, attractive house, just a half-mile from the cottage, often hosts friends, family, and neighbors. When the Dashwoods dine there, they quickly grasp what matters to the Middletons. Sir John likes to hunt, and Lady Middleton dotes on her children, spoiling them all year round. She also enjoys showing off the elegance of her home, while her staff handles the daily domestic work of actually raising her children. Both Middletons love to entertain. The Dashwoods meet Mrs. Jennings, Lady Middleton's mother, a wealthy widow who's totally unlike her daughter. A merry, fat, elderly woman, she laughs and speaks her mind. Another guest, Colonel Brandon, is quiet but gentlemanly. Marianne and Margaret regard him as a confirmed bachelor because he's in his 30s and unmarried. After dinner, Marianne plays the piano and sings to the open admiration of Sir John and Lady Middleton. Brandon appreciates her talent, but doesn't gush about it. Marianne decides he takes genuine pleasure in music, but can't express it because of his advanced age. He might well have outlived all acuteness of feeling and every exquisite power of enjoyment. He's the ripe old age of 35. In Chapter 8 of Sense and Sensibility, Mrs. Jennings is quick to perceive romantic attachments among her young friends. Observing the young people at Barton Park, she decides that Marianne and Colonel Brandon would make a good match because he was rich and she was handsome. When she teases them separately about it, Brandon's indifferent, but Marianne's offended by Mrs. Jennings' impertinent matchmaking. Elinor defends the Colonel as a good man with many lively years ahead of him, but Marianne scoffs at the thought that a pretty young woman would settle for a loveless marriage with an older husband. Even for a 17-year-old, she thinks it would be a mere compact of convenience. Soon, Marianne wonders out loud to her mother why Edward hasn't visited, and she admits that she found his and Elinor's farewell to be cold, given their supposed love for each other.